right, Gold Standard 49ers Podcast Network head honcho. You can hear him cover all things Niners, actually all things NFL also. You can also hear him on ESPN Radio. Stats, how are you? I want to start with Brock Purdy, of course. I tried to get a little whiff, do some research on where your head is with this. John Lynch saying yesterday the Niners are having positive discussions. We like this. What do you think?
Positive discussions are good, but you know what else is good? Getting an actual deal done. The good news for the 49ers is that Brock seems like he's showing up to everything, right? He was there for the first day of the voluntary program. If Brock shows up and he's doing all of the things, then him not having a contract becomes just a Brock Purdy problem. What we're worried about as fans is a holdout like we saw with Nick Bosa and others that affects the play on the field. It doesn't look like that's where we're headed, and that is a very good thing.
Stats, I got to tell you, I hear they're giving him 60.
That's fine. Give him, look, you pay what it costs, okay? And what we have seen, I was nervous about this at first. I'm not going to lie. But what we have seen in the NFL is teams can get out of these deals if they need to, right? The Eagles got out of the Carson Wentz deal. The Rams got out of the Jared Goff deal. The Broncos flat out cut Russell Wilson, got Bo Nix, and still made the playoffs, even though they were paying a huge cap hit. So these big contracts are not as scary as they once were. And I'm sorry, Mac Jones is not it. So please sign Brock Purdy and let's get on with our lives.
I literally made that up. I have not heard that I just thought that would really send you through I've not heard that. Just so we're clear, everybody, do not clip this and put this out that I've heard that. I'm not an insider, nor would I ever want to be. I just thought it might agitate my old friend Stats here, but it didn't. You're in a good place with this. You're like, and you're right, because you don't really have any other options, honestly, unless, of course, I thought you might be holding out hope for an Aaron Rodgers pipe dream.
Oh, now you're going to trigger me, Kay. Please stop. No, thank you. I don't want, just stay in your little darkness retreat and don't ever come out, Aaron Rodgers, and the rest of us will be better off. No.
But what would sports radio talk about? So many years that you've been in sports radio. Aaron Rodgers, you should be sending him edible arrangements on the regular.
Hey, we will be fine. We were here before Aaron Rodgers arrived, and we'll be here after Aaron Rodgers goes away. No, thank you, hard pass.
I like this edge that they took with the number 11 overall pick. Now, we can take a look at the DROY odds on FanDuel Sportsbook, where I do believe he's top 5. What do you think his ceiling is as impact right away?
I mean, his ceiling could be extremely high because he's got Nick Bosa on the other side. He's got Robert Saleh. As a run defender, he's already going to come in right off the bat and be good against the run. The question is, how much can they get out of Mykel Williams when he's rushing the passer? That remains to be seen. They hope it's going to be good, but they desperately need it, Kay. The state of the 49ers defensive line is this. Nick Bosa has more sacks and quarterback hits than every other defensive lineman on the 49ers right now combined, even though Nick Bosa missed all of 2020 when he tore his ACL in week 2. So they desperately need some help on the defensive line. That's why they picked 3 defensive linemen in the draft, and that starts with Mykel Williams.
Is this team built to go on a Super Bowl run, in your opinion? I haven't thought enough about what I think of them going into this year.
It's a little different. You know, in years past, they were the hunted, right? Everyone was chasing the 49ers. They were expected, really, to get to the Super Bowl or at least the NFC Championship game. This year's not that. This year, they're the hunter, right? The strategy for the 49ers is, hey, just get into the playoffs and anything can happen. And we've seen Kyle Shanahan coach it up in the playoffs and make some runs. So that's the mindset that this team has to have. They have the easiest schedule in the league next year if you look at the projected win totals from Vegas. So they should be in the playoffs. And once you get there, the whole season begins anew.
Plus 2,400 to be the Super Bowl winner in their backyard. It would be a very sexy storyline. I would like it. I'd like it for Brock and everybody. And lastly, give me the storyline that you're obsessed with, that the national world needs to be obsessed with, that needs more love when it comes to your Niners.
That's a good question. The storyline, let's see.
Kittle signed. We're stopping the run. I'm trying to think like what, not even that, just like what's something that I need to like think about.
Well, I would say the defense for the Niners.
Okay.
But every time they've been good, They've had a great defensive line, and they've controlled the line of scrimmage. Their first 5 picks in the draft this year were on defense. Robert Saleh is back, and this may only be a one-year arrangement because Robert Saleh wants to be a head coach again. So things go well, and the defense plays great, and they make the playoffs, and everything's fantastic. Robert Saleh is going to leave. He's going to get a head coaching job. So that is what I would be watching is, can he rehabilitate this defense? Because he was brought in to do just that.
And I feel like he made his voice known in the draft very much. It felt very like a Saleh happy draft, which I know is a thing.
Yeah, Jed was tweeting about it every pick. Oh, Robert Saleh is in the building. He was embarrassing himself.
Jed, what was Jed? Jed, love ya. Like, what was he? I'm picturing like, was there a glass of whiskey or tequila in one hand, and then he was just like trigger happy. That was a wild Jed. That needs to be talked about more. That's the storyline. Stats, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for catching me up on the Niners and their perception, what we should be excited about. We'll talk to you down the line here. And everybody, please go listen to the Gold Standard 49ers Podcast Network. And of course, you can hear Stats all over ESPN Radio. Thanks, Stats.